That's right, Phrasal verbers, we're back in town. Guess who showed up to see you today? I'm here. I guess I showed up just for you. That's right. Today's phrasal verb, people, is showed up. Let's talk about it. So, showed up. Showed up. I'm talking about a lot of different phrasal verbs this season, and I've been doing some to do with run, the verb run, main verb run, and I thought I'd switch it up a little bit and do another one. So now I'm concentrating a bit more on show for the next few episodes. Show and stand, but today is show up. So what is show up? Show up, you know the verb show up, which is to make something appear from nowhere. It just appears. That's the basic meaning. That's where I think the use of it comes from as a verb, to show. So to show up in its basic sense means something just appears from somewhere, right? So imagine the first one is like there's three real examples I want to explain to you about, 3 or 4 maybe, but 3. The first one is to arrive where you've arranged to meet someone or do something, right? So you arrive somewhere. So you say, I was waiting for my friend for 20 minutes. I wasn't sure if he was coming. Then he showed up. That's one example. Another one you could say is, we weren't sure, but Katie finally showed up to the party. It's another really good one, right? Show up. I love showing up unannounced to meetings. Some would say, some bosses would say at work. Not very popular, but they do that. Another show up, which also means to become visible, could be like a thing. Like for example, you could say, like a footballer could say, I felt an injury and I went to have an X-ray scan and a broken bone showed up on the X-ray. See? That's one. Another one, totally different scenario. Let's say an actress, she's a bit old now, and she's on stage and the light flashes on her. And you could say, the harsh light or the light showed up the lines on her face. So you see, showed up is like that. Showed up is something where, it reveals. That's another thing. It really reveals stuff. So to show up, right? The next one, the final, because I've given you 2 now. The final one about showing up is, show up also has this thing where something is revealed, something arrives, but it's kind of embarrassing for one of the people. For example, you could say, I'm trying to learn English, but my cousin's kids always show me up. They're so much better than me. When I go there and we're there together and people can see that those kids, their English is much better than me. But not for long if you learn your phrasal verbs, right? So sometimes stuff happens like that where you're embarrassed. Another one you could say is, I went to the cinema with my best friend, but she showed me up because she slept through it and she was snoring. It was so embarrassing, man. I can't believe she did that. She showed me up. That's another thing. You can put a pronoun in between the phrasal verb show up, show me up, show you up, show them up, right? So that's another one. Every time I try to sing in front of people, I get showed up, which means something embarrassing happens and I get showed up. Every time I do my best or I try to speak in my class, I get showed up. So showed up that's another one where it's like something embarrassing has happened to you, right? So let's get into the thing, all right? I hope you will appear with me. I hope you will show up to my music party and dance with me, okay? I won't show you up, I won't embarrass you, but if you show up, we'll have a good time. So what do you say? Let's get into it, shall we? Let's get into it. Come on, people. Show up. revealing something to you and me. Let's do the show up, y'all. Show up, show up, show up, show up, show up, show up. That's right, y'all. I see you looking good out there. Woo! I'm gonna go away now. And I showed up again. Yeah! I'm gonna go this way. And I showed up. Yes, you showed up in your town. Woo! Show up. Show up. Show up. Phrasal verbers. Have a good day. Try to show up for something positive. And don't show your friends up. Come on, y'all.